7 years ago, me and my friend decided to start our YouTube journey. Both of us have been doing it prior to meeting, but decided to try and blow up together. I always wondered what his goal was, until eventually I asked, and as I didn't want it to be, he was only in it for the money, while I was just in it for the passion. He would go on to have more success than me, and I would always think, why was the world so cruel? Because as soon as he made a bit of money, he stopped. Which brings me to our first point on the YouTuber side, the goal/motivation. When most people start YouTube, they always have a plan in mind. Maybe it was just passion like me, or maybe it was just money like my friend, or maybe it's just lack of being. So you build up an audience that adores you, or the many more possibilities. In my opinion, most of these goals are rarely on the good side. And it's been proven today in real time with the fall of many YouTubers back then. If you go through your YouTube feed, you're bound to see a video like the dark side off or the fall off. Insert YouTuber name here. Take Toomad for example.
Oh hey, I'm just about to go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but that's alright. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Personally, Toomad was not on my list of YouTubers to watch growing up, but I definitely knew about him. Since he has recently passed, I've watched multiple videos about and of him to truly understand who he was.
Toomad was one of the most talented YouTubers of his generation. In a few short years, he went from a literal nobody to having millions of subscribers. He was featured by PewDiePie, collaborated with Max Mofo, Anything for Views, Jay Schlatt, and other extremely popular legacy creators. His audience was loyal, following him to any platform or medium, and his style of comedy influenced millions of people during a time when they were all locked inside and wearing masks.
During his come up before he was massive, other messed up things about him and that he has done that are in the media right now were already displayed by him in his come up.
In October of 2019, Toomad began tweeting out claiming Jamesky was actually Russian and not Danish as he claimed to be. This kind of became a meme at the time with a lot of people spamming Russian text at him. James did not take this lightly and decided to post a big twit longer outlining his side of the story. James says he offered Toomad a place to stay, but their relationship had been deteriorating in the lead up to this move. He said that he hadn't spoken to Medea for a few months because he knowingly and purposely was harassing him over his PTSD speech problems. He said Toomad would go as far as to mock him for sounding alike to terrorists. Apparently, this really hurt his feelings coming from a friend. He also said that he would often use the N-word to farm emotes in chat, even though James asked him not to do it because it made a lot of people uncomfortable. He dropped the hard R multiple times in text chat and voice during streams, which is one of the reasons why they stopped streaming together. Now, to criticize Toomad for using this word is dumb because 1, based, and 2, he's black, so in the eyes of the world, he should be able to say it.
I started thinking to myself, who decided to give people like Toomad a platform, even though it was clear that he had a messed up past and mental issues?
I met with him one time for this video we did, and meeting with him was like pulling teeth. He said he was too busy playing video games alone in his room to hang out, even though I was specifically in the area to meet up with him. Beyond this meeting and some DMs before and after, this was the extent to which I personally knew Toomad. So again, I wasn't his friend. I'm not reflecting on this from the perspective of his friend. I don't know if he had any friends. It doesn't seem like he did. I told him many times the importance of having people in your life that love and understand you, and many times he brushed that off. I don't think he ever let anyone in. I don't think he ever let himself let anyone in, and the few people he did seem to try to let in had such deeply traumatic and troubling experiences with him that I don't think that he knew how to let people in. He told me during my interview with him that he was mute in high school. He basically didn't know how to talk, didn't talk to anybody. When he started posting online, which again was when he was a teenager with a developing brain, he found a way of feeling understood and finding a market for the way in which he was deeply strange. The way in which he was strange seemed to find an audience, and that strange pattern of behavior was encouraged both financially and socially.
A part of me believes that he would still be alive today if only me and you, the audience, would do the right thing, which brings up the point on the audience side. The hypocrisy/castigation of the audience. The audience and media are very tricky people, as proven by Twitter users who are the main people to decide that a YouTuber should be subject to scrutiny for what they have done in the past and after they have built up an audience on the platform. This is never a bad thing, but what's bad about it is the lack of accountability taken by the people who watched and gave the YouTubers a platform. All these things they castigate them for. Many people come to mind when you think about this, and it's not only to the local YouTubers, but the main focus of the video is the YouTuber. I won't specify one YouTuber because this goes for many of their audiences, so it wouldn't be fair for me to just pull one YouTuber. The main claim is always being made that it's kids that are watching the video, the 6-year-olds, the 7-year-olds, but all of the people that are watching can't be 6 and 7-year-olds only, right? So it's to the grown people that are watching. It's either they support the things that are happening, so they turn a blind eye to it, or they do indulge in these things themselves. So I think this is where the hypocrisy comes in, when the same person / people try to subject someone to other offenses that they have committed before and take no accountability for it. In conclusion, these two simple discussions are plagued within society, and this is who we are as people. We shouldn't just expect this to stop. Instead, we should make an effort to stop it for the people of tomorrow, meaning observe and try to understand who someone really is before giving them power and influence. Maintain a neutral goal that not only benefits you, but the audience, that leads to creating and bettering the generations of society of tomorrow. Even though this might be hard because of the dilemma of separating the art from the artist, doesn't mean we shouldn't make an effort to try.